So we have a lot of nations going to war with the former colonies of Portugal in Africa. The USA and Egypt, I think, working together here. This could leave for a pretty vacant spot in this massive continent. And let us also not forget the massive explosion we are seeing in Eastern Asia. Qing has completely just divided in half. I mean, let's not also forget that they're still involved in quite a few wars. 9, I think, to be exact. A crazy amount. Let's see here. 7. They're involved in 7 wars. We also have Prussia continuing to go to war, now for Württemberg, there you go. And South Africa is still involved in their war, but nothing's really happening there. I don't think the explosion, I don't think it's going to be too much of a... I mean, it's not going to get that much worse for Qing. I think Qing is still going to survive. They probably won't get completely eaten up here, but their territory is going to be all over the place. And like I said, I mean, it's really going to leave, I guess also, like I said in the intro, it's going to leave for a vacant spot in both Africa and Eastern Asia. Again, Asia is up for grabs. Anyone could go for it. Russia at war with Turkmenistan, but for some reason, Russia hasn't sent over any regiments just yet. Oh, here they come. It just took them a while. I think Russia was mainly... Remember, they were fighting Japan. So Russia had a lot of troops in the Japanese mainland. So now they had to bring them all the way from Siberia to attack kind of the northern Middle Eastern region here. So let's also check what Prussia does. I think that they will... Oh my gosh, they just got themselves involved in a war with Belgium. What? How and why? You didn't even take anything away from Württemberg. Why did you do that? Oh gosh. Oh, it's a big war too. But you called in your ally of Russia. Did you call... Wait, you're allied to Russia, Prussia? No. Well, like you guys are working together. This wasn't a... Okay, so why was this war declared? This was Australia versus Portugal. Portugal called in Prussia and Russia. Australia, called in Peru and Belgium, as well as the one Belgian colony, Belgium, Zimbabwe. Russia's still going to war with Turkmenistan, but they've kind of had their hands full with that. Qing is yet to peace out with any of these 7 nations that they've gotten themselves involved with. Like I said, there's a whole bunch. So the USA is not working together with Egypt. It is a separate war. But the Egyptians could still gain a whole bunch of territory from this. Remember, Spain is now communist Spain, socialist state. And I think that they are the first. I didn't figure out if there was a government map mode or something, an easy way to kind of tell. Revolutionary Russia, I'm guessing most are still like kind of monarchs, aren't they? Yeah, for the most part. Norway, Constitutional Republic. We've got a few of those. So Spain, I believe, is the first communist state. Anyways, how is Egypt doing? So, they're only fighting Portuguese Eastern Africa. So that's going to be very easy for them. They don't have to worry about the entire alliance as a whole, whereas America does. Now remember, America has to actually send over the troops. Wait a second. Egypt's also at war over here, which is going to suck for the Americans because this is not going to be under their occupation. They've got to go fast. Oh, they've got a stack here. They've got a stack of 54, so they should be just fine. So they might acquire more lands, kind of the southern Moroccan region, potentially. I don't think I talk about how Spain controls this province now in central South America. I mean, that's been happening. That's been for a long time. I just never talked about it. I'm sure you guys noticed. I just wanted to mention. I knew about it. I just forgot to tell you guys. What is this that's going on? Bhutan. I'm thinking that is in India. Qing is losing all of their wars, at least with... Well, somebody has 0 war score, but, I mean, they're all in the negatives. Have they pieced out? So what else is going to happen? I don't think any of these nations could acquire enough provinces to become like a big player in the Eastern Asian region. I don't think so just yet. It would take multiple wars, and it'd have to be a lot of wars too. It wouldn't just happen instantly. Prussia could also potentially use this to their advantage if... Wow, yeah, so here goes Prussia. They actually lost a few. They were being occupied quite like a little bit by Belgium. But they could use this to their advantage, technically. Prussia could separate peace Belgium, or whoever is leading the Prussian force could give this land to Prussia, depending on what the occupations are looking like. So Belgium is allied to Australia. Australia is going to war with Portugal, so Portugal could be the one to give up these lands to Prussia, which is possible because they do like each other. I believe Prussia is allied to... Oh, obviously they are because they got called in. I don't know why I almost said that. I almost said the dumbest thing right now. I think Prussia's allied to Portugal because they're fighting this war together. Yes, they are. Belgium just lost a pretty big battle, got sent all the way back to their lands, but Prussia's not going too deep into Belgian territory. It looks like there might be more focused on unoccupying all this stuff. It is 1960. We're 55 years away from the end of this campaign, and I can only imagine what else is going to happen. I think I'm going to predict the fall of Austria potentially. I think that we're going to see still a massive Middle Eastern war. I just don't know when it's going to happen. Unfortunately, Persia seems to be the one on the short end of the stick, I guess. Whether Persia's fighting Punjab or fighting Egypt, it doesn't seem like it's going to go so well either way. So yeah, this is for Australia, Australia to grab the final province that they need to fully control their continent. So if you picked Australia to win Australia, you're going to win. Or you're going to get that right. Seems kind of straightforward there, right? For the most part. So a few nations have peaced out. Korea has not started to occupy too much of Qing territory just yet. Korea could become really powerful right now. Oh, they have northern. I don't know why they're not going after this stuff, though. Russia kind of lining the Korean borders. Has Korea still been warned? Yes, they have. Warned by Russia. Russia may declare war upon Korea if Korea starts a war against a third party. So I guess they were okay with that. Korea gives military access to Russia. Okay, so Korea was scared of Russia. They definitely pushed the envelope by declaring a war on Qing, but I think Russia doesn't like Qing, so it's fine. Well, I'm sure they don't. Oh, they really don't. Russia actually doesn't like a lot of the nations that are exploding from Qing either. I mean, sometimes they're neutral with a few, but for the most part, yeah. Are they still allied to the same? We've got Greece. Oh, Greece just totally wiped out Turkey, like without us even paying attention. Wow. Well, that was fast. Yeah, they're still allied to Greece. Greece still allied to Persia. Persia's still allied to Naples, and yes, okay. So Russia, it's Nepal, Punjab, and Greece, and then Manchuria. No one in the New World though. No. I forgot that Peru is on the side of Australia, as well as Peru's allied to the Netherlands. I'm thinking that is to keep the Brazilians in line in South America, in northern South America. Are there wars that we're missing out? I cannot believe we missed that. Greece just wiped out Turkey in just one sweep. Got a very powerful Greece, and I want to see if Greece is going to start to attack Europe now. Yeah, I guess I'm underestimating Greece and their power. They could easily eat up this region. I mean, who are they allied to? They're allied to Austria. Oh, wow, look at this. They've got a vassal too. What about Serbia? Could you attack Serbia? You could easily attack Serbia. I don't know if you'd want to get involved in a war with Naples, even though you guys don't like each other. Turkey still exists in a small province in Europe, but it is quite minor. Qing is down to just 5 wars. I think they might have they peaced out with Korea just yet? I think they did. I wonder if Korea took anything. They could have. Tibet might also take a lot too. South Africa is not doing so well. They still have not peaced out. Australia's at 6 war score. I think more than likely they're going to win that. Has Belgium started to push forward just yet? Not really. Or Prussia. I guess I should say Prussia's starting to push forward because they seem to have won all the battles. Yeah, Belgium's down to, I think, nothing in terms of their military. Here's Tibet. Okay. So I really am anticipating both Tibet and... See, Korea didn't take... Oh, Korea still is involved in their war. Never mind, that's one crack. I'm anticipating that Tibet is going to take a bunch. Yarkand is no longer... Oh, they still are involved as well. Oh, you're a protectorate. I had no idea you're a protectorate of Russia. Why didn't I see that before? Similar colors, I'm guessing. So yeah, Russia and Prussia I don't think they like each other. They're just, they do like each other. That's probably not very good. Yeah, that's not a very good start. Why has nobody colonized this province? It's really bothering me. And the Americans did peace out. Wow, look at that. Oh my goodness. They took a huge chunk. Oh my goodness, that's pretty insane. I wouldn't be surprised, too, if we see another war declared by the Americans very soon. Well, obviously when the truce ends. 1967, so about 6 years. How do the Americans feel towards Gabon? They like each other, kind of. How about towards Naples? They somewhat like each other as well. But they're coming at their end. The USA is really about to kind of run out of room or nations to go to war with. They like Egypt, I believe, so I don't think they'd go to war with Egypt. Yeah, they're allied to Egypt. So they are running out of room. I mean, they might kind of create a new rival just for the sake of it. Occupied by Australia. Still kind of constantly checking in on Cuba. I want to see what Cuba is planning. Oh, they're allied to Mexico. Okay. That's an interesting one. Allied to Mexico. Haiti still allied to Peru. Could see an island wars at some point if Peru ever decides to go after Mexico, which I'm sure they will. Or someone's going to go after Mexico. I'm sure someone will destroy them. There's too much development and too many surrounding powerful nations to let them go off the hook that easy. Qing is in 4 wars now. And Korea is Tibet, still at war with Tibet. Yarkand, who's a protectorate of Russia. There it is, okay. Yeah, so really not too much left. October 1961. Oh my gosh, okay, so a lot of the occupations, Korea has grabbed a huge control over Qing Mongolia, which is no longer Qing China. Kind of interesting there. Punjab still continuing to gain strength, but they're going to have to declare war on somebody from the south if they want to continue to push forward. Allied to who? Wait, they're at war. When did you go to war? Let me check this. You just went to war, didn't you? Ah, yes, and you're helping out an alliance here, I think. Is it Nepal? I think you are. Ooh, who was this that just took a bunch of land? Somebody did. Was it Tibet? Was it Yarkand? No, it wasn't Tibet or Yarkand. It was the third party, which I wasn't really paying attention to, so yes. Or maybe not. It just became Qing. Oh, I think it just became Qing. You probably lost everything in the south where this stuff doesn't matter. Qing North China. You were Qing Mongolia for a while. So they probably shifted their capital so this no longer was like an outside region of their empire. I'm thinking that's what we just witnessed. I don't know. Gabon, South Africa, that is what I was waiting for. Bam. Okay, so both these nations teamed together so that I think the Portuguese colonies could gain their independence. Now we're looking at them teaming together to fight and probably destroy these nations that they once fought on the side with to help their independence. Just like a human AI player would. A human AI player would. That's very, very smart of the AI. I have been waiting for this. This should be kind of a close match, right? Somewhat of a close match. Seeing these two team together, though, I mean, this is a big war. This is actually one of the wars. Surprisingly enough, this is actually one of the wars I've been most excited for, especially because Gabon still controls a lot of cores that Portuguese Angola technically has control over right now. So Gabon's going to want to get this stuff back. I don't know if South Africa is really going to obtain much from this war. Depending on how much these AIs work together, it would be difficult. Oh, South Africa has been black flagged. They have to move back down south, get back in their territory, then they'll be able to make some progress. I thought Portugal would be a little bit more of a force to deal with, but I think Gabon and South Africa is going to be able to handle it. Oh yeah, South Africa's got so much power. Wow. Yeah, they're actually way more powerful than Gabon. And it's funny because these are the two nations that are kind of fighting for the rest of Africa. I mean, Egypt is obviously, I think, the biggest power, but South Africa and Gabon are not too far behind because they're working together. It's just interesting. It's also interesting that the Americans... I don't exactly know how we're going to decide Africa. I think I said, it could be outside regions. It could be outside countries. They don't have to start off in Africa. But the USA, this is not a colony. I don't know. We'll see. We have about 52 years before we have to figure that out. I mean, technically, it would go to the USA, even though they control the least amount of provinces. So I don't really know how to decide that. Yeah, I don't exactly know. Tibet's at 22 war score, but Qing is almost done with their final war. Australia's at 19 war score. Oh, and we have another big war in North America. We have the USA and Brazil working together. So last time this war broke out, it very heavily favored the Americans. Will that happen again, though? I think that because they pulled down Brazil, this is really going to hurt their chance. I would say it would have to kind of somewhat hurt their chance a little bit here, because Peru is obviously going to dominate Brazil, but at the same time, Peru's probably not going to be as invested after going after the South. So Brazil might have to separate peace, but by that point, when Peru starts to send over regiments through the Gulf of Mexico and in like kind of Louisiana and stuff like that, the USA will probably have already dominated both Canada and British Columbia. That's what I'm thinking. The USA is already at 4 war score. Revolutionary France is going after, so everyone's going after Bhutan. I don't know why. There's still that war currently happening in the subcontinent of India. So this is where the USA really start to gain a lot of strength. This could be it for them. So I did want to check in on what Korea took away from Qing, and whenever Tibet eventually does peace out, which they did. Oh, and Tibet is looking very big and very powerful. And Korea only took away one thing. Yarkand looks a bit more stronger too. So that is a huge mess in Eastern Asia, like the world has never seen. We've never seen in any of our EU4 AI only battles an explosion like this heavy, a complete explosion. Like Qing has just been exploding. That's it. I wouldn't technically call the British. I don't think that was really an explosion because they didn't have rebels uprise. It was more of just like wars, consistently wars that they were losing. Did Mexico get a province here? Have they always had this? I guess they have. That just looks a little bit interesting to me. I don't know why that doesn't look familiar. But anyways, yeah, the USA looks like they're handling Canada quite easily. However, I can only imagine in South America, it's got to be a little bit of a different story. I'm thinking Peru is probably going to dominate Brazil, but I think that, I don't want to underestimate Brazil. I was definitely surprised at the amount of military they had under their control. Was definitely shocked by that. There's going to be a big peace deal soon. I might need to slow it down to speed 3 because there's a few. There's lagging. That's how you always know. I swear. I'm starting to get more and more into I get EU4 more and more now. Like just how I became almost. I feel like I became an expert at learning the Civ 5 AI only, and just learning what the AI does and their behavior. I'm even I'm starting to kind of acquire that skill inside of EU4, understanding AI behavior and stuff like that. So it's kind of fun just to kind of know that sort of stuff. I want to be an expert like I am in Civ 5 in EU4 in terms of what I know about the AI and their strategy and stuff like that. Because it seems like it's a little bit more complicated on the EU4 side of things. But maybe that's just because I don't understand it completely. So yeah, the USA are going to get a whole bunch of war score. They might take a whole bunch. It is a nationalist war, so they'll take a bunch here, technically. And they will not think twice about it. How is Gabon and South Africa doing? They're doing okay. They're at -1 right now, though. So not the best. Looks like these two might have finally united. Yeah, they have somewhat united their regiments, so that's a big deal. Why? South Africa has a huge force they're not using. Maybe this is the AI's plan. Maybe they don't want Gabon to. I'm sure it's not a part of their plan, but they aren't really helping much. And overall, that's probably good because Gabon has all those cores. They'd be the ones that'd be taking that land back. South Africa doesn't have much to gain from this war. It's all Gabon. So it probably makes a lot of sense for them to do something like that. But anyways, guys, I'm going to stop right there. We will turn in the next video for Greece is actually now going after Hungary. Like I said, I think that there is going to be several entertaining videos left in the series. I can feel it. It's getting better and better. This has very much been a campaign that's been exponentially better. At least I feel like it's just gotten better, deeper into the series. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.